everybody, and welcome to RCW episode 7, I think.
Yeah, we're 7.
Yeah, I lost track of time because it's been a couple of weeks while we had the holiday season. Welcome to a new year, welcome to 2025. Yeah, so last time on RCW we got kicked out of Arena for booking a ridiculous match where the entire building almost burnt down.
I think it was the greatest match ever. I'm not just saying.
Yeah, we are currently in a ramshackle crap hole of a building as a result. We're just going to have to grin and bear it for a couple of weeks, deal with the dirt until eventually we can go back somewhere else. But our old venue has kicked us out, basically. So yeah, I am Carl, the DM of this session,
Sterling.
the booker, who thought it was a good idea to book that match. And really
Damn it, Sterling.
Found out. Well, no, it was my fault. I booked the match, to be fair.
Damn it, Booker.
And yeah, we've got with us. You got Bradley over there.
Hello.
We've got Kim.
I'm trying not to burp into my mic.
We've got Rob.
We haven't.
No, we haven't.
You mean Ross?
We've got Ross, not Rob.
Hello. You can call me Rob if you want.
No, you two are very similar. We have two players with very similar names. And
that makes sense.
We've got Tom.
Yep, we have.
Yeah, so Bruiser, Jack, Freak, Lord Sterling. For people who
I might want my character
haven't
sheets.
been following along, those are the characters on the show. So, with that said, we're just going to go ahead and kick off at the, well, I won't call it an arena. It's
Hole.
yeah, it's an armory basically. That
Like
is
a fucking barn.
not very well attended. Layer of dirt everywhere. The locker room is unisex and a mess. The shower has got those like yellow stains all over it, and probably not a good
I was
idea.
in the corner just like, oh god, no.
Why do I have a
There's
feeling?
cockroaches in the hall.
Why do I got a feeling that next time we're going to be performing in a freaking barn?
Noticeable by their absence is several of the top stars of RCW. Charles Hector is not here. Dominator is not here. Bane is not here. And a couple of others who you would have seen in the past. Hazard. Chief is still out on his injuries from when he broke his hip on the untaped episode. But yeah, majority of the top guys are not here. And the word around the locker room is that they argued against having that stupid cage match. They said it was a bad idea, and now they refuse to perform in this new venue because they feel that they're above performing in this venue. So basically, there's been a mass walkout of the main eventers. Gabriel also not here, the RCW champion, which has left a lot of things up in the air. They did have the physical belts with them. Negotiations are ongoing, but for right now, there is no main event scene in RCW. You guys are pretty much it, you and some of the more mid-cardy worker guys. So, with that said...
Oh god!
Oh, for crying out loud.
Oh!
The company, just for the mechanics side of things, has taken a hit on popularity because of the scandal involving the cage match. So it's probably a good job we're in a smaller arena because less people are coming, less people are buying tickets, there is rumours of the TV show being cancelled. It's basically not looking good, especially with now they're getting word that a lot of the top stars are not. There's word that many of them may be in negotiations with bigger companies, WEW, stuff like that. So things are not looking great. And with that said, we will cut backstage to the locker room for you guys to do whatever you want to do.
Jack's probably sitting in a corner pissed because he wanted the title match. He is literally sulking in a corner. I will say that. He is sulking.
I will say Bruiser's probably doing the same thing that Zack Ryder was doing after he lost the Intercontinental Championship the night after WrestleMania, just throwing crap all over the place.
Notably, Sterling is late to arrive.
Ooh.
There's one
He's
of the
expected here.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be there, but he hasn't arrived yet.
Okay.
What's Freak doing?
I was just thinking about that. I think Freak is not the one to be complaining as much as some of you. Or backstage, I should say. In front of the camera, he's definitely going to read the riot act about it. But I do think he's quietly walking around the building and listening to other people's complaints and just taking in the scene and like making an inventory of complaints to talk about later. So, you know, cockroaches, yellow stains, the unisex bathroom, just making an inventory of things to complain about if it comes in useful on camera.
Yeah,
But no,
the reason the
scene-
bathroom is unisex is there is one for the entire building.
But no, behind the scenes, he's a lot fairly mellow about it.
Mm-hmm.
Not the worst place he's been.
Will
not even for Jack. This is not the worst.
Will Sterling eventually turn up, Tom?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, or do you not want to be in this episode? Yeah, so... so, yeah, eventually, I'll come into the room and... Okay, right, everybody sit down. So, you probably heard some rumours. Thank you to those of you who have shown up this week. I know none of you are under contract with us. So you have the right to just not turn up, as several people have chose to after the state of performing in this building last month. Hope you all had a great Christmas break, and if you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, Happy New Year to you all. It will
Sterling's gonna shuffle in quietly during this. Be noticed, but
nice of you to join us, Oliver. Sit down. So, as I was saying, things are going to be a little different for a while. I am trying to get some of the people to come back.
Oh, no shit.
You got something to say?
No, I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, I don't think so. So, here's the thing. We will eventually, once we get a negotiation with a better arena, which I'm in the talks of doing. I've convinced them that we won't do anything with fire at all anymore, at least for a while. I assured them that was an error on my part. We did not take the correct safety precautions, and I've cooperated with the police. I've been let off with all that because, God forbid him, Travis is not, pressing any charges. None of the fans, some of them tried to get like a class action thing together, but luckily it was all sorted out behind the scenes with some payoffs, which is why we can only afford this arena at the minute. So yeah, going forward, I'm going to be relying on a lot of you guys who are quite new, have been featured recently, to sort of carry the show. That said, until I can get the old champions back, we don't have any champions. Kendra has gone back to Korea. I think she might be talking about going to work in Japan, possibly. Gabriel has outright refused to until we basically get back on track to show up again. And Dominator and Bane are, one of them's not taking my calls and the other one turned up at a Mexican show last night. So it's pretty much that. So with that said, we're going to need new champions. Now, last week, Jack and Bruiser, you earned a tag title shot, so we need to honour that in some way. So I think you do get a tag title shot tonight. However, it's going to be for the vacant title. Now, I'm going to throw it out to you two.
Okay.
Do you want to have a tag match for the vacant tag team titles? Or, given that you guys are kind of now the stars of the show, do you two want to face each other for the singles world title?
So I have to get this clear. Hold on. And this is me, not as Jack, because I'm not using the accent. Are you telling us, to understand clear, we can either have the tag team titles at the start, and they go 1-on-1 for world?
You can have the tag title match for the vacant titles with a new team, with another team, or you can face each other for the world title because of earning the tag title shot.
Oh,
God! Me!
Oh, for God's sake! Oh no!
Belts up for grabs. You two in storyline have earned a title shot. So, like you guys did put in the work to win that. Jack especially put in the work to win that cage match last week. Storyline wise, you two have earned more than anybody to go for the vacant world title.
What?
Well, I'm putting it out there because I've pissed off enough of my talent at the minute. I'm putting it out there. Obviously, if we do that, that will change some plans. Obviously, a lot of things have changed some plans. But
oh boy.
Okay, so reaction from characters. Nova is standing there, wide-eyed, like, not... She understands the wrestling world, but not into the true significance of what's being offered. But she's like, holy fuck, they can either get tag team or world. Jack is just sitting there, very stoic, looking like he's processing. And just looks at Bradley and goes... looks at Bradley, looks at you, Carl, and goes, Can we have a couple minutes, for us to go discuss what we want to do? Okay. Oh, we're gonna fucking DM this shit because we gotta talk.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you're DMing. So Bruiser, Bradley,
so those Bruiser and
Jack
go to have a meeting amongst themselves. So if whatever they decide will affect what you two are doing, because obviously we came up with the idea of you two being a tag team. So we'll decide based on what their decision is, because as I say, in storyline, Jack earned the title shot, so it makes sense to go with that. Again, since I'm being let's see what you guys want to do, since you are kind of the face of the company now, I throw it out to you two as well. Tag titles or international championship, which would you two prefer?
I don't know what I've got left in me.
What is that supposed to be?
I nearly killed that kid.
Because of a stupid match that I booked.
You weren't in the ring.
No, I wasn't, but I put you in the ring of fire. I'm to blame more than anybody else. And look around you. We're paying for that.
Yeah, but look, I've already. I'm not. I don't even know what I'm saying. I thought this was my opportunity. This was my chance to show that I'm not what everyone says I am.
Well,
that I'm not.
What the flaming? You set fire to a house in storyline, and then we got put in a cage match, and then you fought in the environment you were in. Fire happens. It's horrible what happened to him, but it was
I wasn't supposed to nearly kill him.
Well, You should
I
have
don't know.
You should have put on the gloves then, should you? And all the other stupid shit you did.
I don't know. What are you thinking, Freak? Because ultimately, whatever we do, you're winning it. So,
Sterling, this is your moment. The time is darkest before the brightest light. Your match last show. Yeah, I'd be lying if I said it didn't put the company in a bit of a predicament. But one, as even the Booker man here is saying, that's not your fault. And two, given time, building from here, this could be the biggest, most glorious thing ever. Let's you and me play with what you're feeling. I'll make a point of trying to drag it out of you somehow. I don't know. But you impress me so damn much. And I mean, we're backstage. This is not me being the loud, abrasive psycho. This is me telling you the truth, man. You are amazing. Let's not throw it away just because it's not perfect. What's that stupid quote I hear? Perfection is the enemy of progress, or something like that. Point of the matter is, you're amazing. Let's do something. And don't just assume that I should win it. I mean, if the two over there point to the tag team in their clustered meeting, if they're not, I mean, obviously they choose first, and that's cool. But if they go tag route, which honestly I would if I were them, that's what they've been friggin' building. But if they go tag route and you and I do have the singles scene, I can think of nothing more interesting than your rise and you proving exactly what you're saying. Who the hell better to shine a light of positivity on you than me? God, that sounds egotistical. I'm trying to not suck up, but I'm trying to blow you up, and I'm blowing myself up. But we can do it both. What do you say?
you're on. Let's do this.
Hell yeah. Offer you a fist bump. Can't figure out where my camera is. There we go.
Okay, so as you're having this discussion,
Do we want to pause for a second and
Oh yeah, we got
clue
OJ.
OJJ in? Because he's been
Yes.
sitting here for about 10
Mhm.
minutes.
Welcome aboard, by the way.
Do we want to like pause break and clue
yeah, I was
OJJ
about
in?
I was about to
Oh,
throw
alright.
to it.
Okay.
Are you?
How you guys
Hello?
doing?
Not bad.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Do you have a camera or no?
I've had technical issues. That's why it took me a little bit to get back on tonight.
Okay.
It's been a while since I messed with my camera. I'm probably gonna have to get a new one anyways. So
Okay. So
Yeah.
just on voice for tonight.
yeah.
Okay. Right. So, as you guys are having this discussion, you realise there's a new face in the locker room who doesn't mind performing in this lesser arena to a show that might be cancelled. Onyx, I believe, was your character's name.
Yeah. Onyx Adams.
You notice. So, do you want to describe Onyx Adams for us?
He's like, I want to say like, if you guys remember Ron Simmons back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like, 'cause-
Big, tall, imposing black dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Well, I'll give a little bit of backstory because that was actually my character when I did wrestle in the independent scene was Onyx Adams and stuff. So, and I got, that was one of the, wrestlers from back in the day that I was kind of described as. I wasn't trying to go for that. It was just how it was,
Yeah.
And like I said, the little synopsis that I typed up was kind of based on my experience with wrestling in general.
Okay.
It was only like a few years that I did stuff, but
Cool. I mean, Ross is in a similar boat. He wrestled as the Freak, and now he is playing that character.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's cool.
So,
I mean, I didn't get really like the accolades like I would have liked to. I had some BS happen that kind of soured me on wrestling. Is kind of what I got out of it.
okay.
So, but yeah.
But in this world, you're just starting out as a wrestler, or been doing it for a while, or
From what I typed up, I think it was just like he's been doing it for a little bit, and then he wants to go out on his own terms the right way versus just leaving,
right,
just stopping.
What class are you?
I forgot what was the classes again. Sorry.
So hi, I got the book pulled up. Give me 1 second. I'll start from the very beginning for you guys. I was mid-typing. We almost have you unanswered for their decision. So classes that were available was the Anointed, the Anti-Hero, the Call-Up, the Clown.
The better way, if you go on to the Game Docs thing, OJ, if you go onto the Game Docs thing, that you will see the character sheet thing. You need to make a character sheet for.
Okay.
Just to fill out your character, basically.
Okay.
So have you found that?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, so yeah. So if you want to fill that out while we continue, and then if you need any help with anything, just shout up. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, you see a new face at the. Just cut back in for Tom, who presumably editing this. So yeah, you see a new face. Couple of new faces, but this is definitely the most like he's the only one of the new faces who looks like he could be something. Like it's a wrestler that you may have worked with in the past, depending on your experience in the business. But it's definitely somebody who stands out. It's kind of like when people describe Stone Cold among the Chris Adams wrestling school lineup is like, oh, all these people, they want to be wrestlers, but this guy actually looks like a wrestler. You know what I mean? So yeah, you will notice a new face there. So we will bring him in once he's got everything sorted. So with that said, Jack and Bruiser, are you coming back into the room?
So Nova
Yes,
comes
sir.
in for them. It comes up to the booker because Jack would kind of probably stutter trying to ask the question. So Nova's asking on their behalf. She's gonna look at the booker and goes, "In the future, can they go for World again if they choose to?
Yeah, I'd say so.
They want to do tag team and help lead the new division if your champions are gone, but they would like a world shot later down the road."
Yeah. So here's what we're going to do. At the start of the show, there's going to be a sort of a open town hall where I will officially strip down on one of the titles. I will then award them to you guys as the sort of the number contenders. But then there will be a tag team gauntlet match then. The winner of that match, tag gauntlet, will then face you guys in a match so that you guys can at least win a match to solidify yourselves as champions. Does that make sense?
How many tag teams are we fighting then?
How many can I cobble together out of this locker room, really? So, the important thing is that Freak and Sterling are going to win. because Sterling in the past and now Freak are the ones that you guys have had, especially Jack, have had storylines with, especially Freak lately. You've been building this thing between you and Freak. So, they're going to win the number contenders match. You guys are going to retain your titles against them, but it's the storyline with the most heat. Okay? Makes sense?
Sounds good. Yes, sir.
Do I get my swamp match then at that point?
Remind me what a swamp match involves, Jack.
It's just a blackout match with extreme rules.
Right, does it involve fire?
No.
Yes, we could do it then.
Oh, Lord.
So, yeah, I think that makes sense to me, given the storyline between you and Freak, and obviously he's got this thing going on with Sterling where they're kind of going to be this odd couple sort of thing, where they, win the
The
tag.
fact it's been mainly Jack with all these, and he's not even trying.
Two old men angry at the world. Sounds like
You old man angry
like
at
a
the
deal.
young trans kid in the room, and he's just like, I did nothing wrong, I just like to wrestle.
So, does anybody else want to do anything else backstage before we get going on the show?
I don't think there's
Well,
nothing else to do.
I suppose Freak and me need some camera time at some point, but I don't know whether you do that.
We'll do that on the show.
I don't know whether we do that after the gauntlet or whether we do.
Oh yeah, we'll do a promo after the gauntlet, I'd say.
Yeah, I would say if you guys are winning the gauntlet, you having a promo after that.
Yeah, because then you're like,
that's my thought.
Because if you cut a promo saying we're going to face you, it's like, well, who's fucking winning, I guess,
No, but I mean, I sort of think Sterling needs to sort of follow on from the "My career is over" promo that I cut last week.
Absolutely, yeah.
So maybe we do something along the lines of the real life conversation Freak and Sterling just had, but on camera. So like Sterling's doing the whole
a much more animated version of it.
Sterling's doing the whole I'm about to retire, and then Freak comes out of left field and says, "No, you're not. I'm not fucking letting you," sort of deal.
Are you going to wear a salmon suit?
No, but I am tempted. But I am tempted to do the bloody boots thing. I'm tempted to do the boots in the ring thing.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're cool with me pulling that.
Yeah. So Freak could do a much more animated in character version of what he just did.
Well, I'm gonna do.
So here's what I'd say.
Ring thing.
I think Freak, you go completely off on him and go, "What's wrong with you?" You like slap him around the face, like a much more kind of manic version of what you just did, basically. Right? But in character as your heel. Go on, Jack.
At this point, I was like, I'm just gonna raise my hand and wait. No, so I was actually having an idea on how to do that promo for you guys. Because you're gonna essentially ask for the gauntlet. It's an open call for tag teams. What if Freak comes to Sterling and goes, "Let's use this as your opportunity, become a tag team with me," still allowing that moment to occur and go, "Let's go to the gauntlet match." It would help be a good lead up to scenario.
That's kind of what I've been picturing for a couple weeks now. Me dragging him by the back of his neck if I have to, and him, not wanting to go.
And now this is just me having a suggestion. Instead of me and Jack being awarded the titles right away, since we're already number one contenders, after Freak and Sterling win, couldn't we just automatically
do the match for the title so you get to actually win them? Yeah, at least then the way I didn't, because I remember last time we played, the whole thing was, well, they didn't earn the title shot, whereas Jack earned the title shot. Whereas at least if they win this gauntlet match, at least they've earned the title shot as well. Yeah, it makes sense.
So Sterling and Freak, they win.
Sterling and Freak against you
two
two for the vacant tag titles. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, that'll work.
And the gauntlet is for them to earn the title shot the same as you guys already have. Yeah, okay.
That makes sense.
Okay, yes. It makes it so that what happened so far. These guys need to do the work to get to where you guys have already earned that place. Right. Right. How are we going?
Okay.
How are we going, OJ, on the character creation?
I think he's muted himself.
Yeah,
he did. He's probably working on the character sheet.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking at it through. I know it's a PDF file. I was trying to, type some stuff in, and it's not working on my thing right now.
Okay.
So.
How did you? Do you have?
You could do it like me, just use notebook paper.
I'll probably end up just doing that.
It's very simple. It's a D6 system. So if you just write down what your name and your stats are, and then
we can work from that.
Yeah, so you write down what your stats are, your name, your starting momentum, your starting audience would be 0, starting momentum will be 1.
Okay.
So just write down that on a paper, and then just let us know what and then we'll do your questions to decide your heat.
Okay. Your stats depend on which character archetype.
If you read on the character sheet, he'll tell you what your stats are, or at least what stats you have to distribute in what way you want.
Okay.
So which character class have you gone for?
I'm looking at the call up.
Okay. Let me do it. We start the show with Ray Arden in the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RCW Implosion. There's been a lot on the internet and social media over the last week, and some of it is true, not all of it. The show is still very much on the air. However, many of the talent that you've become used to as RCW mainstays are currently in flux and have not been able to make it to this show. As such, we have had to make a decision, and we have had to vacate all of the RCW championships. It was not an easy decision. However, because the talent are unable to make it to our new venue here and are unable to perform, we had no choice, and we wish them well in their future wrestling careers. With that said, we need new World Tag Team Champions. Dominator and Bane dominated and were the Tag Team Champions for the last 3+ years. But there needs to be a new face of the tag team scene. Now, the last time we joined you, before the festive break, the team of Rough Remedy, thanks to Jack winning his brutal cage match, earned a tag team title shot. Therefore, in the main event tonight, they will get a tag team title match. However, with 911 no longer being available, they need opponents. So in this next match, we will decide their opponents. We now cut backstage. As Ray continues explaining, there is a sign-up sheet backstage where any 2 wrestlers can sign up as a team to compete in this tag team gauntlet match. Any can be established tag teams. They can be in complete no strangers. 2 people agree. They sign their name on the form. They are in the match. And as he's explaining this, we see Freak walking down the corridor.
The Freak grabs the sign-up sheet. I assume it's taped to a wall or something. I'm literally taking it down so nobody else can get to it first. And where would I find Sterling at this time, Tom?
Well, what I was going to do was, while Ray is doing his thing, hit my music, please.
Okay.
Ooh. That answers that question.
So, Freak is wandering around, asking for Sterling. Sterling, where are you? As we fade into the arena, as Lord Oliver Sterling's music hits. Ray is very confused by this. As Sterling comes out. In gear or not in gimmick?
In street clothes, with his boots tied, the laces tied together over his shoulder, over his arm.
I've got to ask, what street clothes for Sterling? Is he just a t-shirt, jeans?
Polo shirt, pair of trousers.
Okay, yeah. Still a little classic.
Yeah. So Sterling walks down to the ramp. He's not doing any of his usual stuff. He's literally just a man walking down a line, walking the straight line. He's got his boots over his arm. He hasn't got any of his usual rigmarole. No hat, no cane, none of the usual gear. He walks down to the ring. He doesn't even slide into the ring. He walks up the steps, lifts the top rope. Asks for a microphone from one of the tech people. As his music fades off.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've been joined by Lord Oliver Sterling. I'm surprised to see you after that insane match that was committed to film last week. Sterling, what brings you out here?
You saw what I had to say. What I had to say last week. Well, I think it's very clear that I've done some thinking over the festive period, and I don't think. Well, I know that that this brings that. I think I know that the time might be upon us. I've been doing this for a very, very long time. There are people on this roster who were born while I was an active wrestler. There are people in this arena who were born while I've been an active wrestler. I've been all across the world. I've fought in matches, and it wasn't last week, was it? It was a couple of weeks ago now. The boss, he keeps saying it's all his fault. It's all his fault. Blame him. But what you people need to understand is when you do what you did, what I did to a family friend, there's only one thing you can do. And I know a lot of you're looking at me and you're thinking, why has he come out? Why has he got his boots with him? Why isn't he wearing his boots? Because some of you're probably not old enough to know the old tradition that when a wrestler's time is done, he leaves his boots in the ring.
As you finish that sentence, the music of The Freak hits. Comes out with a clipboard in hand.
No! It is not time. It is not time for what you are thinking. You have so much more to give, but not to these people! Not to these sick sons of bitches. Not to people like Bruiser or Jack or whoever the hell that moron you burned last time was. No. You have something to give to yourself. And here it is. Here it is. Sign your name on this. And this is the way to glory! Roll into the ring. Set the paper at his feet. And did you actually set your boots down?
I was about to. I didn't.
Okay, good. I'm going to set the paper at your feet because I'm going to make such a visual point of cupping my hands under your boots so you cannot set them down and shoving them at you. And then, unless you give me some extra resistance to that, I'm going to pull out, probably desperately fumbling just like I am, pull out a pen. There is that tag tournament. There is not... Nobody in this building is hated more than you or me. And in your case, that's not goddamn fair. I've never been stable. There's been times I've courted fan, I've courted love, and right now I court their hatred. Ever since I joined this company, the one thing I thought I needed to do was to team with you, because you try not to be hated. You try to overcome the sins of your past, the indoctrination of what people have said about you. And in your case, none of it's true. The Booker is right. It is not your fault. Look me in the eyes. I'm gonna slap him. Look, you son of a bitch! It is not your fault. Let's do this. Let's do this together. Shove the paper at him. Hold the pen up.
Sterling takes a long look at the clipboard, then a long look at the terrifying person standing in front of him, and signs the paper.
That's how it's done.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a turn up for the books. We've got the Freak and Lord Sterling are apparently going to team up, and I say, since you're the first ones on the list, you're going to be the first team in the gauntlet match. I'm going to put this backstage and let anybody sign up who wants to, and we'll see you later on, folks, for that match. So, there's a couple more matches on the show. Then, Ray is backstage. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the tag team of Rough Remedy. Gentleman Jack and the Bruiser. Now, you don't know, obviously, who your opponents are going to be. You came into this night thinking your opponents would be 911, 911. However you want to say it. That is not that has now changed. Jack, how are you feeling about tonight's events?
Well, first off, I'm pissed. I'm pissed off. The reason why I'm pissed off, I put my life on the line against a 7-foot roided motherfucker and came out still standing somehow. I'm still confused how I'm still standing. I'm not gonna lie. That, like, we can all agree I did some insane shit that was nice. Referring to his missile launch, because that is still his favorite moment to this day. And just because there's a hiccup in the road, they decided deuces. Like, they decided to leave this company just because of a mistake that you sir did admit to, which I, as a person who does care about safety, as we all know, because I do the dumb stuff, I appreciate that you admitted that. I would like to give you that recognition. I know nobody else here will, but I'm going to give you that recognition. But they tucked their tails in and ran off to other promotions and abandoned this place. Every single champion did that. And they deserve to have their titles stripped from them. I left my division, my home division of 7 years over in Florida Championship Wrestling. I dropped my world title to come here to RCW. And I'll admit, that hurt. I had just got it, but I knew RCW needed me. And I'm going to step up and become one half of your guys' new tag team division champions. Me and Bruiser here, and he's going to... He kind of like chops Bruiser's chest because he doesn't realize where he is. But he's like smacking it like to that tap.
Ow.
We are going to help change and reinvent the RCW tag team division. Even for magical chance, we don't get those titles. We're going to be here fighting to get them, to shape this division, to help this division, instead of running away like a little bitch. So, 911, Bane, Dominator, I do wish you good endeavors. We all should still support one another, but fuck you for abandoning this promotion just because you were a little pissy bitch. And you just see Nova standing there completely shocked what's coming out of his mouth because Jack doesn't talk. Jack does not talk this much. And she's just going to reach over and pull him in, like, backwards, like, holding it in like a mother does. Puts her hand on his head. It's like, okay, you need to calm down, because he's getting riled up. His face is turning red over this as well. Like, he is pissed.
When Jack said that last line, you could audibly hear a cheer and a clap in front of the crowd as they're like, yeah! Well, Bruiser, what about you?
Before he says anything, he literally just reaches into his pocket, pulls out a Monster Energy drink, cracks it open, and gives it to Jack like, here, calm yourself down, dude.
I don't think that... Okay.
But before anything else, he's like, you know what? Jack's right. We've all hit bumps in the road. 6 months ago, I was told I wouldn't be able to wrestle again. In BWF, I fell off a ladder and broke my lower back. It cost me 18 months of my career. I was told that after months of therapy, you will never walk again. But I proved the doctors wrong. I'm walking, I'm wrestling, and I'm competing. And for Dominator and Bane, and for all those other people who decided to walk out, all of you decided just to tuck your tail between your legs and walk away like the bunch of pussyfooting bitches that you are.
Nova's
so you know what? Now we had a choice to either have the tag titles or the World Heavyweight Championship match. As much as both Jack and myself would love to be world champion again, there's one thing that we wanted to do beforehand. And that's be tag team champions together again. We made history in BWF and FCW. We held both the BWF and the FCW tag team championships at the same time. So tonight, we will become the RCW tag team champions, and Freak and Sterling, if you do make it through that gauntlet and you end up having to face this later, I hope you do. Because Freak, you still owe me. He then reaches down, picks up the steering wheel from the ambulance that got wrecked by the Freak, and he's like, you still owe me for Betsy. And with that, he puts everything down and looks at Jack and says, let's go do this shit.
Boop.
So,
you see the two of them, though, like Jack and Bruiser, like lift their arms up and they do that like fist bump thing.
Okay, so Great job all around, everybody. So you're all going to get +1 audience.
Woo!
And I'm going to give.
You have 4 again?
I'm going to give everybody also a momentum to start their matches out. So whatever momentum you have, +1. Other than Onyx, obviously, which we'll get to in a second. Okay, so we then cut to a scene of me looking confused as I look down at the clipboard, as there is a name on the clipboard of Onyx Adams, and I'm saying, it's a tag tournament, so you can't sign up by yourself, as I'm talking to Onyx. You do understand that, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So, do you want me to match you up with somebody?
I mean, yeah. I mean, really. I mean,
okay.
You know, I think I have the, I have the skills to do whatever I can do. But I know it's a tag team tournament. I want to prove myself.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. I'm a new guy here. I don't know anybody. So.
Okay.
Whoever wants to sign up.
I have somebody in mind. It'll be a bit of an odd pairing, but he's also not got anything tonight. 1 second. I walk out the room and I bring in a masked. You could call it a luchador, but it's more on like the Japanese side of a luchador. He is basically in what a luchador version of a Sentai suit.
Okay.
Is he looking like Liger? The Ligers of the Dragons?
He looks like Liger Beats. He's definitely, basically, if you imagine a Power Ranger, but or a Sentai character, but a wrestling version of that. Okay.
I guarantee I can find you one.
Okay. Onyx, this is Sentai Ranger. He is going to be your partner tonight. I know it's an odd pairing, but odd pairings sometimes work in wrestling, and plus, both of you signed up individually, so.
Yeah.
Random roulette. Okay?
Okay.
So.
Yes.
Right. I'll let you guys get together and do whatever you want to do. So now, at that point, we come back to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, this following contest is a gauntlet match to decide the other number 1 contenders for the tag team titles. With that said, introducing team number 1, Lord Oliver Sterling and The Freak.
I think individual entrances. I think, yeah. So Sterling comes out first. I think is for the best on this one. I know I've had my entrance twice now in about half an hour, but so Sterling's entrance. Sterling comes out. He's got some of his pep back. He's not full on, but he's got some of his.
He's got his stick now.
He's got some of his some of the Sterling is.
So he's got his stick, but he's not got his top hat on, but he's in his gear, sort of thing.
Yeah. He's sort of halfway there because like he thought he was done, so he sort of didn't bring all the gear.
Bloody hell, I left the hat back at the hotel.
Sort of, yeah. Like he was going to come out, drop the boots, and then walk off into the sunset, sort of thing, you know. and then probably get a bollocking from you backstage. But so he comes out, he does his usual stuff, but he's not fully on, as it were. He's like if you imagine like a wrestler who's just done like a 14-day tour, and this is like day 14, where they're not really doing all of the stuff. He's sort of but they're still putting on enough for the show. Anyway, he gets halfway down the ramp when Freak's music hits.
Okay, Freak, what do you do?
Well, the Freak comes out from the curtain, his usual white shirt with his own logo on it, like a sleeveless, what looks like it was once a motorcycle jacket before it was completely ragged up on. And instead of the usual toys or, foreign objects that you'd expect him to be carrying, he's carrying Sterling's top hat, cradling it almost like a baby. And he doesn't do his usual eye contact and intense stares at the audience. He quickly gets to the ring, joins Sterling, rolls in, protecting the hat as if it's something precious, and then puts it on Sterling's head.
Okay. And their opponents. First, hailing from Gotham City, it is the team of Batman and Robin. A knockoff version of the 60s Batman theme hits.
Yeah, I can do that. I've got that.
As two, let's say, bad cosplays of the 60s Batman and Robin come out, ill-fitting. The Batman is at least 2 stone overweight for the costume. His belly is hanging out the bottom of it. And Robin looks to be about 55. As they walk into the ring and do their best to pull the poses of their characters. And the bell rings. I'm going to have you guys start in control because you have 3 momentum, Sterling, and you have 2 Freak. So I'm going to have you guys start in control and decide amongst you who starts.
Well, just for the visual of it, I totally see at least me, if not both of us, just jumping these guys from behind.
Like they get up on the top rope, they do that thing where they put their hands to their fists, And then they're doing the superhero pose in the corners. As you two come up behind, they just club them in the back and knock them off the corners.
But before we get too much into the creative math point, you said you think I have 2 momentum. By my math, I have 3. I started with 2. I'm high enough up in the audience.
You start with 1. Today. Oh, you are with the audience. Okay, so you have 3. Sterling gets 3. Yeah. Carry on. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I have that right, because that might be.
You're right. The audience does add to that. Well, yeah. Okay.
In that case, before the bell rings, while these two idiots are standing on the on the corner, Sterling and Freak give each other one look, and then Sterling hits Batman in the back of the head with the cane.
Yep. And
I'm assuming Freak, forearm to someone.
Yeah, a series of clubbing forearms.
The bell will ring, so luckily your cane does not count as disqualification. But
the bell rings after we've hit them. And these two slump.
The referee gets in your face and like, oh, knock it off! And he takes the cane from you and throws it out the ring and is like, get in the corner.
I just think we grab the 2 corpses, drag them into the middle of the ring, and put a foot on them.
One of you has to be legal. No, it's not a tornado. It's not a tornado match. What do you get on the apron?
Okay.
I'm going to basically grab Robin by the back of the head and
drag his corpse outside the ring.
Bounce off the ropes, cactus clothesline. Him and I are now outside the ring. You actually start.
You're in the ring with knockoff Batman.
With Batman's body, foot on his chest.
Okay. Foot on his chest. 1, 2, 3. You guys win the first match as Batman and Robin are taken from the ring.
Na 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 na. You suck.
Yeah, they are taken away. And their opponents next in the gauntlet match, they are Lord Chessington and James Ellsworth, the I'm trying to think of a tag team name. I'm coming this little tough man. The First Class. Not James Ellsworth, that's a real wrestler. James Ellsbury, let's say that. So the First Class come out and they are both dressed not in the Lord in sense of you're the Lord, Tom. They are dressed as lords from their Houses of Lords in England. They've got like the court white wigs on. They're in like the black robes.
Just barristers. They're dressed as barristers,
yeah. As they enter the ring, and they've both got gavels.
Mm-hmm. So okay.
So and then one of them gets on the apron as the match begins, and Sterling, you are the legal man for the second match.
What the bloody hell is this? Fucking forearm.
Yeah. You can do that.
Do I need to roll or
not for a forearm?
I'm grabbing this guy by the shoulder. We're going into the ropes, and then I'm like hooking him halfway across the ring.
Yeah, you knock him across the ring. He comes back. Is that sort of like you just like?
No, I'm sort of. I've been watching some old British wrestling matches today, so I'm trying to describe the spots. So I've sort of thrown this guy onto his back, sort of. So like, if you imagine he's done like a massive forward roll kind of thing. You know. Either way, he's ended up on the floor, on the mat, and I walk over, pull him into a sitting position, and two hands on the pressure points on the shoulders, and I'm putting down my considerable weight onto those pressure points, and he's losing the feeling in his arms, and then I stop, and then just punch him in the back of the head.
Okay, yeah.
Drag him over to the corner where Freak is looking like he might eat the man. And put out a hand.
At this point, his barrister's wig is sort of like turned on his head, so it's like in his face.
Yeah. So I'm still holding this. I'm still holding the scruff of this man's robes, but I put my hand out to Freak. Eat him.
Better yet, stay in. And obviously the ref's going to be telling him to get out. But I'm going to, like, headbutt the guy and then scoop him up real quick, put him in a tree of woe.
Okay.
Come to the opposite side.
That'll be a strength thing, so roll me a body.
Okay.
So the first thing that happens all match that requires some sort of skill.
Holy crap! I wish I could send a photo of my dice. That's a 6 on both dice. 6 plus...
You put him in the best tree of woe you could possibly imagine and gain a momentum.
Okay, that's not even the part I was trying to build towards.
Yeah.
Before the referee can kick Sterling out of the ring, I'm going to basically, pretty much ignoring the referee, signal him to come over to me as I follow to the opposite corner. And kind of, you want to be whipped or you want me to whip him? Irish whip.
Go for it.
Ah, fuck it. I grab Sterling before he can actually answer. Irish whip him into the corner at the person that's in the tree of woe.
Yeah.
And I'm just hoping he'll make the best of it.
Ellsbury takes a splash in the corner and falls down out the tree of woe. Sterling is finally sent from the ring. Ellsbury is on the mat. You were in control, Freak.
Okay. Place a couple of stomps to him. Pick him up again. And I believe this is pretty much still jobber tier people. So I'm going to go ahead and just go for a pile driver already.
No, you've got 5 momentum. So, roll.
Something.
You got a momentum for your crit. So you've now got 5. So roll the D6, roll 2d6 with no modifiers, but you can use any of that momentum you want to make it a success.
Let's see, 5 and a 4, so that's 10. So
9.
That's all. What's a crit in this game? I forget.
Yeah, a crit. Whatever.
That is a crit. Okay.
Yeah.
So, got a 10 then, without spending anything else. Go for the pile driver, and then try for the pin.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. His partner doesn't even get in.
The referee could count to 35.
Yeah, like he is
count
out.
to 100.
He is out. As you pile drove him, he bounced out of his wig as you pinned him.
Not the fuck out.
So yeah.
Can at this point, Sterling grabs one of the microphones.
Okay. Lord, what did I call him? Chessiter is on the apron going, "What? I didn't even get in. What the?" As you drop off the apron and get a microphone. Okay.
Well, first things first. I'm gonna hit that twat with a microphone.
You get back in the ring and knock him off knock him on the head. He falls off the apron and takes like a platform.
I've because I've got the microphone in my hand. You can audibly hear me go, "Oh, fuck off." As I hit him with the bass.
You knock him off the apron, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm probably in trouble for that. He's swearing, swear words. Oh, we don't like swear words. children.
And then there's Jack who cut fucking how many times in this promo because he was pissed.
Oh, fuck you!
Fuck you, 911.
And then Sterling says, "Now see here, Booker man, no more bollocks like this. 20 minutes ago I was done. If the next fucking entrant is Ronald McFucking Donald, I'm gonna walk to the back and drag Rough Remedy here and fucking finish him myself." Throws the microphone down.
And probably undercutting that by a little bit, the Freak has grabbed one of their judges' gavels and is standing probably somewhere behind Sterling, going, "By the power of Thor!" And then throwing it at one of them.
Okay, yeah. As they leave, there's a minute.
That's your cue. That's your cue for the proper wrestler to come out.
Mm-hmm. At that point,
sorry, Onyx.
Sorry, no, sorry. I was reading it. Yeah, no. At that point, the tones of Kanye West hit.
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen do it. Screams from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power.
And walking out,
oh boy,
making his debut in RCW from Richmond, Virginia, it is Onyx Adams. Onyx, how are you making your entrance?
I'm just gonna come out. I'm a little nervous because it's been a while since I've been out in front of a large crowd. So.
Oh, it's about 200 people. It's not that large.
Yeah.
Oh, 200 people.
Large
okay. Okay, I got you.
We're in a bit of a downturn.
Yeah, because
we
the
are the
storylines, this
NBC.
is an armpit audience.
I'm a little hyped from the crowd, looking at the crowd and everything, but I smell smoke. Still like what happened? And then I heard about the fire and everything, so I'm trying to get myself hyped.
It wasn't in this arena. We got kicked out. We got kicked out of that arena.
Oh, in this arena. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got basically.
Oh, okay, okay.
We had a nice studio for our TV. We're now in a shithole because we got kicked out of the last one because we always said it burned it down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But, to be fair, you probably still smell smoke because some of our clientele will probably be openly smoking cannabis in the front row. Let's be honest. We're in LA, so...
Jack just like, yes, let's go. The ganja.
We're in downtown dirty LA. That is what happened.
Okay, I got you. All right, well, come on. I'm still hyped up. Like I said, it's been a while since I've even wrestled in front of anybody. So, just the fact that I'm getting, being able to showcase what I have still. And I haven't wrestled in a long time, but I still think I have what it takes just, to entertain people and everything. So, getting in the ring, I see.
What pose are you?
Was it Sterling?
Yeah, Sterling and Freak. What pose are you striking? Did you get in the ring? Something like arms folded or?
Yeah, taking a look at the land, I see these two guys. Yeah, I'm like, okay. This is what I'm working with here, these two. So, especially with the Freak. I'm looking at the Freak.
Freak is basically, he's basically Mick Foley, but with like sort of a cowboy.
A Bray Wyatt thing.
It's sort of a mix between Mick Foley and Bray Wyatt, but sort of a cowboy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even say what I was wearing. I have long purple tights, silver lining around the waist, and silver boots. And then I have a logo is a cross on each side on my own tights.
Nice. Yeah. So after having cut that promo, Sterling, you see this guy who is dressed in proper wrestling gear, is jacked to the gills, and is how tall would you say you are?
About 5'11".
Okay, so you
God, Jack
Looks
is
like
the
I'm-
tiniest wrestler.
so just
Looks like
shy
I'm oiled up, but it's not oil. It's water.
Yeah, just shy of 6 foot. So this guy looks like a real wrestler that walks out here. And his tag team partner, hailing from Tokyo, Japan, it is Sentai Ranger. As, like, the 25% different version of the Go-Go Power Rangers theme hits, as out walks basically... yeah, but like every other note is slightly different.
Editing note, Carl, send me the one from the audio drama. That'll do.
Okay, yeah. So out walks Sentai Ranger. He is basically a red ranger. Full Ted Deco red bodysuit with like gold lining, and he's got like the black visor and on his like it's a material mask. And he's got a black visor and he's got kind of the Hayabusa silver mouthpiece.
Is he like hologram essentially, but in red and gold?
Yes.
Everyone at home, it's hologram. We recruited him.
This world's Wish.com version, please. So he slides into the ring and stands next to you and gives you the thumbs up. And Sentai will get on the ring apron, allowing you to start. Freak and Sterling, who is going to start legal for your team in this match.
Keep me in. I got an idea for it.
Okay, Freak, you go in. Sterling goes up onto the apron. And the bell rings, so I'm going to roll to see who starts in charge. So 1 to 3 will be Freak, 4 to 6 will be Adams. It was 3, so Freak, you start in control.
Okay. Well, seeing a big muscular opponent that really looks good, I'm going to be kind of circling the ring, cracking my neck, beating my chest. Going to throw all the indications to go for a collar and elbow tie-up, which... visibly would not go in my favor, but assuming he goes with it, collar and elbow tie up, knock my hair, which the character's hair is longer than mine. I'm growing it back. Put some heat on me, dude. We'll have Sterling save my ass. Make him look good too.
So you're going to concede control?
And I concede control. Yes.
All right, Onyx, you are in control. You're in a collar and elbow tie up with the Freak. What do you want to do? You have more momentum.
Okay, I try to push him back into one of the corners.
Yeah, okay. Roll me a 2d6 and then add +1 for body.
Let me see.
So you got +1 on body, so it's 2d6 +1.
I got a 3 and a 2.
3 and a 2 is 5, +1 is a 6.
And it's 6.
Right, okay. You can use your momentum to make that a success if you choose, but then that momentum is spent. So it's up to you. Do you want to spend that momentum, or are you okay with this being a failure just on this particular move?
Let me just do a failure on that one.
Okay. You go to push him, and surprisingly, Freak is much heavier than you thought he is. And you push him, and sort of not sandbags, but like the work version of a sandbag. Where you're like, oh man, he actually was heavier. That spot didn't go how I expected it to. As Freak takes over again, control from the botch.
Okay. So, still in something of a collar and elbow tie-up, as I understand it, right? Mm-hmm. Sorry, fat ass. And since he tried to push me one way, I'm going to dramatically push him the other direction.
Okay. Roll me a body then, Freak. I think that might be one of your worst stats.
Never thought I'd hope to, not my worst, but my middling. And I've never hoped worse to fail bad. Let's see, 5, 6, 7 total.
Okay, you successfully push him out into the ropes or the corner?
Going for a corner.
Okay, you throw him into the corner. Much to the crowd's shock that you got the better of that one.
Mine too. So, going to throw a chop.
Yeah.
Throw another chop.
That's fine, yeah.
And then block this last thing. As I come in close for what people have seen before, signaling for what's going to be a titty twister, purple nurple, and I concede control as I go for it.
You see Freak's hands coming towards your nipple, and you are in control, Onyx.
Well, I see that coming. My eyes get wide. I'm like, no, I see where this is going. I move out the way. Do I still have that moment? I don't have. Yeah, I don't have that.
You have one momentum. Yeah, yeah. You didn't spend it.
Okay. I move out the way. He goes into the corner, and I run real quick, turn around, and give him a stinger splash.
Yeah, you could do that. Roll me it's athletic. Roll me a body.
Okay.
So it's a +1.
All right, I got a 3 and a 1.
Oh my lord! Ah, my god!
It's like me last week.
Sometimes the dice just aren't kind. I'm trying to put over a new talent.
Travis is in the hospital because the dice wouldn't.
Yeah, sometimes the dice just got cooperate. Okay, you go for a stinger splash. Unfortunately, Freak moves out the way and you splash the corner. Freak, you're in control again.
Okay, well,
you keep trying to put this guy over, and it keeps not working.
So he in this case, I'm going to put some heat on him, hopefully, if the dice agree, and let him fire back at a certain point.
Okay.
So he's like face first in the corner now.
Yeah.
Going to just grab him by the back of the head and start throwing, not the traditional 10 count. That's more of a face thing, but definitely going to throw.
You're like putting his head into the corner.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
I think you did body for that one when I did it.
I was gonna say as he's doing that, as soon as the audience start to count, he immediately stops. Like, no, I'm not doing this for you. No, I'm doing this for me. Yeah, like a face would be like, "Oh, they're counting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9."
So I'm saying, you're like, here's what I would say. I would say if you want him to get control again, as you're doing it, I would say what we'll do is if you want to concede control back, Adams will reach out to the ropes and do that thing where he like stops it.
Yeah.
Is that?
If you like that, Adams, let's do that. Otherwise, I was going to just beat on you for a bit and then have you clobber me.
That's what I was actually thinking about that. To stop.
Right. Okay.
Sounds good to me then.
So I will. If you go ahead, you'll go say what you're doing. Go on.
I was just going to say, like, bam 1, bam 2, and on 3, you basically...
Yeah, you grab the corner. I would say, you're too busy yelling at the crowd to not count, as you don't realise that this guy has got a second wing. And then you turn back, he grabs the ropes, and then you've got your back to him, Onyx. What do you want to do?
Well, as soon as that he tries for that third one, I look up, and this is a look I try not to have again in the match. I was looking at everybody like I just snapped for a second, like, oh no, that's it. Turn around, and I see him looking at me. I'm looking at him. Put the finger up. No, that's it. And then I'm trying to go for a body slam. I try to go for a body slam.
We're going for a full 80s superhero wrestler here, yeah. Okay, body slam. Body, +1. Please, dice.
Please, dice. Do not screw up. Drum roll.
3 and a 5.
3 and a 5 is an 8 +1 is 9. So it is a success. So you successfully pick him up and scoop slam him down in the middle of the ring as the crowd get up. Yeah! The old stuff still works, you know? As Freak is presumably getting back up and you're still in control, what do you want to do next?
Well, I see over in the corner, the Ranger is going nuts. He's putting his hand out. And I look at everybody, I said, you want him? They said, yes. Okay.
Oh, you do like the pointing
thing. Go for the
tag.
Yes, the point. I said, yes, you want him? Do you want him?
Yeah. You go over, tag him in.
You
go onto the apron. He does leap over the ropes, leapfrogs himself in. Okay, let me bring up his character sheet while you go to the apron. Let me find the correct sheet here. I'm an organised DM here. There we go. Alright, so that's that choice. Okay, I'm going to go +1 body for that, so it's -1 to look and real. Oh, fantastic. Okay. So he's going to he's going to come in, and he's as Freak is rising, he's going to go for a drop kick. Now, Freak, you do have that 5 momentum. And just for the sake of the audience...
Definitely going to spend a momentum to get out of the way.
Yeah, and Adam, Onyx, you can spend a momentum to basically counter and take control. So you're going to spend one of your momentum to... So he goes for a drop kick. You're down to full momentum. As he comes in, how do you want to counter it? Do you want to just get out of the way, or...
Basically going to get out of the way, and as he splats on the mat... I'm going to mock what they were just doing. I'm going to point at Sterling and say, do you want him? And I'm sure there's going to be boos. And I'm going to say, fuck you! Playing down to the cheaper, low-class, more...
This was almost the most family-friendly match we've ever had until that moment.
I apologize. Normally I wouldn't do that, even in character, but it seemed fitting.
Yes. As you go over and tag... Oliver in?
Fat bastard.
No, I'm actually going to intentionally not.
No,
that would make more sense to say fuck you and tag him. So yes, I'll tag in Oliver.
Okay, Sterling, you come in. Freak, you go out. Sterling, Centaur Ranger gets up. You're in control.
I don't quite know what to do with this.
I mean, wrestling is a good start.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's both in character and not in character. I suppose I'll lock up with him.
Okay. Collar and tie up. Yep.
Yep, and we're gonna do the pushing thing. I'm pushing back and forth. I'll push a little bit. He pushes a little bit. And then I'm just gonna kick him in the gut.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, he keels over.
Because I remember I'm a heel.
Yeah.
So I'm playing up that. Oh yes, we're gonna have a pushing thing, and I'm like, nah, knee him in the gut.
It should be mentioned that you have, by the way, you do have some bandages on because from your burns the other week.
Well, I've got. You gave me 2 injury checks.
Yeah.
If anybody hurts me tonight, I'm out.
Yeah.
So
you are definitely bandaged up heavily. You've got a t-shirt over your singlet as well, I would say, because your back is pretty sunburnt, let's say.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna. He's bent over because I've just kneed him in the gut. So I'm gonna take him up for a vertical suplex.
Yep, you've got 4 momentum, I think, still, so you could do a complicated move yet. Actually, in fact, while I'm thinking about it, Onyx, get another momentum from the playing up to the crowd. So you should be on 2 now, Onyx. So you could do complicated maneuvers.
Do I use up momentum to do that?
No, you do not. You roll me a work would be a suplex.
Well, that's good because I've got a +1 on that. So that's an 8. That's an 8 with the modifier.
Yeah, you successfully hit a pitch perfect vertical suplex.
So we go up, we come down. I'm not none of that holding him upside down stuff. Up, down, like almost a snap suplex, but I'm not fit enough to do a full on snap suplex. Like so, we go up, we come down. Obviously, I'm also not skilled enough to do any of that bollocks like the 3 amigos or anything. So I'm just gonna get up and back to the old classics. Put him on his arse, sitting up, and instead of going to the pressure points on the neck, I'm just digging elbows into his back, just below his neck.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you can sort of, I don't know if I've got a roll for that.
No, it's a strike. It's a strike.
If
you want to put him in like a chin lock or something, I'll have you roll. But
well, then that's where I'm going next because obviously the fans want exciting wrestling.
Yeah. You're a heel, chin lock.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. So we're going into a chin lock.
Okay, roll me a work then.
Okay. Again, I've got +1 on work. And thankfully I have because I rolled a 6, but my +1 makes it a 7.
Okay, right.
So
you lock in the chin lock perfectly. At this point, I'm going to spend his momentum to do that thing where you've got him in the chin lock, and then the crowd start clapping, and he starts shaking, and he gets up in the chin lock, that whole thing. And then he has 0 momentum now, so he can't do anything complex. But so he's going to like dive under your arm, shoot across the ring, and hot tag into Onyx. So Onyx, you're coming in off a hot tag. You've got 2 momentum, so you can do any move you want. Onyx, you're in control as you come in on a hot tag.
Okay. Coming in crazy. I go for a clothesline. He gets back up.
Okay.
Go for another clothesline. Can I do it like that, or?
Yeah. Okay. Roll me a look, which I think is a flat roll for you.
Don't screw him over.
Got a total of 6 on that one.
Okay, so you would do.
You can use 1 momentum to make it successful.
Yes, you could. You've got 2 momentum. Do you want to spend 1 of them to make it a success?
Alternatively, I can help. I'll stop you there. I'll help you because I have a thing called put them over. When you show vulnerability to an opponent in order to make them look good, I have to roll plus work, and things happen depending on what I roll.
Okay, so you can do this.
I'm
in response to his roll.
I'm gonna. He comes in.
So here's So just to give context, the look thing was not for him doing the clotheslines. The look thing was how fired up the crowd would be from the hot tag coming in, and how much they're behind you. So So I would say if you want that to succeed, you spend the momentum. So Onyx spends the momentum. You're down to 1 momentum, but the crowd is successfully behind you as you're clotheslining him down. So then, Sterling, you spend a momentum to take control out of those clotheslines, and you're going to use your put 'em over feature, which is what you're doing by feeding to him right now. So do that. So roll for your put 'em over feature.
So I have to roll based on work. So I rolled a 7 plus 1 with my plus 1 for work, so that's an 8. Which on a 7 to 9, one of us gains 1 audience and the other one loses 1 audience, and it is your choice, Onyx.
I would absolutely think it would you because you're at 1 audience because you've only just started. So I would say it makes sense for Onyx to get them, right?
Yeah.
So Sterling lose an audience.
So
Onyx gain an audience.
I drop one on audience, and the way we're flavouring this is I let him beat me down for a bit.
Yeah. So here's what happens.
So I'm conceding control at this point.
Onyx comes in, clotheslines you down 3 times. The crowd are behind him. You successfully make him look good. Onyx, you gain 1 audience, so you're now at 2 audience. If you on your character sheet, you can see if that makes any difference.
In the grey box at the top. Right, on the second page.
On the second page is the audience thing, which tells you if there's any difference from having 2 audience. But yes, and you are in control. Basically, Sterling is making you look good off these close lines, and you are in control again, Onyx.
Okay, well, from that third clothesline, he's still on the ground. I don't want to say equivalent of Dolph Ziggler doing those 10 elbow drops.
Okay.
Heart attack elbows he used to do, or still does.
Okay.
I just do 3 leg drops. If that's
okay.
Roll again.
Yeah. Roll. Oh man, would this be body or work? Let's go with body. Sitting down on somebody doesn't require that much athleticism. Yeah. Okay. Roll me a body. So it's +1 to whatever you roll.
I got a total of 7.
Yeah, that is success. +1. So that is that. Total 7 +1 is 8. Total success. You nail him with 3 consecutive leg drops. The crowd are getting very much behind you at this point. I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you a momentum, which will put you back up to 2. You can do whatever move you want now. Now that you're at 2 momentum.
All right. Well, I take him to the corner. No, I pick him up. Actually, no, not go to the corner. I pick him up. I'm still on that adrenaline high. Go for another body slam, and then I kind of drag him to the corner a little bit. And I see Ranger he's got. I think he might have his second win. He's putting his hand out again. I was like, "You got something in mind?" He said, "Yes." I was like, "Okay." I look at him again. I said, "Crowd, you want him again here?" Yes. We want him. We want him. Tag him in.
Okay.
So here you go. Come on.
You scoop him up, scoops him into the corner, and basically a tree of woe. He bounces off and hits the floor as you tag it Sentai Ranger. Now, when Sterling hits the floor, he'll be prone on the floor. So what Sentai Ranger is going to do is springboard in and basically do like a springboard splash down onto Sterling. Which I'm going to roll for body on that, which is oh, fuck. Well, he was going to go for that. Unfortunately, he botches it. So as he comes in, his legs get caught on the top rope, his feet hook, and he basically face plants head first into the mat, completely missing it. He trips on the rope and he goes face first to the mat. Sterling, you're lying there expecting a dive move that's going to be spectacular. As you see next to you, this guy in this costume that he's clearly not used to, the eye holes in, basically just splat head first onto the canvas, not on you, but next to you.
I'm going to get up, kick him.
And some of the crowd are booing. You fucked up. You fucked up.
There. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna kick him. I'm gonna pull him up. I'm gonna pull him up to his feet. And we're doing like a walking brawl with me holding him by the back of his helmet, mask.
It's a mask. It's a material.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm dragging him towards the corner where Onyx is, and said, I'm sort of having a bit of a old man rant here. I'm like, I told him about fucking Apollo. I slap him. We don't want no more of this shit. And I slap him again. Drag him into the corner. put him in Onyx's corner, and I look at the impressive young wrestler, and go, stop tagging this ham and egger in, and fucking fight me. And then I hit Onyx, not hard enough to knock him off the apron. Just
so you basically you put Sentai in the corner.
I am forcing.
I am slap Onyx and say, "Get in the ring."
Yeah, I am forcing Onyx to tag in.
So Onyx, Ranger is like you know in the corner in your corner as Onyx as Sterling is slapping you across the face to get in the ring.
I'm forcing Onyx to tag in because I am impressed with you. I am not impressed with this pile of shit. Stop doing this to me. I'm trying to make you a star here.
I take it you're conceding control?
Yeah.
Okay. Onyx, you're on the apron. Do you want to tag in?
Yes, that's smack. Yes, I'm suffering snappage again. It's coming.
Yeah, your eyes just get wide.
Yes, I'm like, oh my god, wide eyes again. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. This is the game you want to play. Okay. I get tagged in, and I start hammering on Sterling, just hammering him. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm in the blood rage right now, so I'm just hammering him.
Just forearms to the face. Yeah.
Yeah. I push him into the corner, get up on top, start hammering him, and everybody's counting. 1.
Oh, you did the 10 punches. Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me a look then. So again, a straight roll.
Okay. Total of 7.
Yep. Successfully. Unless Sterling interrupts, you are going to get to the count of 10. No, you managed to get to the count of 10 as the referee makes you get down after that. Otherwise, he's warning you got disqualified if you do any more. As you get off, as Sterling sort of almost kind of flare flops out to the corner in front of you.
Yeah. Okay. Since he's flailing, he's on his stomach. I haven't done this move in a long time. I'm going for my Fujiwara armbar finisher.
Okay. Yep, you could do that. So you roll flat, but you can use your momentum to add to it. So just roll 2d6 and tell me what you get.
Total of 7 again.
Okay, 7. Do you you can spend your 2 momentum you've got left to make it a crit, or are you happy with it just being a regular success?
Just do a regular success then.
Okay. You successfully lock in Fujiwara armbar. Now, given the planned finish, I would suggest Freak you use a momentum to come in.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is I am flailing around full on, like making this an absolute song and dance. I don't want Freak to run in straight away. Like I can take me licks, so I'm taking me licks. He's like tearing at me arm, sort of, you know. The fans are absolutely convinced that I am about to tap. Presumably the cameraman is locked in on me, so they can't even see what's going on around the ring. They like the camera's right in on me, sort of watching, sort of. I mean, the ref might even be doing the hand drop thing. He gets to 2, and that's when Freak, if you will, please.
Freak, what are you doing to break up this arm?
That is a lot of what I was thinking, honestly, because sociopathically, I don't think Freak actually cares about, in ring, doesn't care about Sterling as much as he does behind the scenes. Yeah, definitely milking it until it looks like that last heartbeat of you're about to tap.
Yeah.
And then, OJ, can you describe to me what this armbar looks like? I mean, is it just a basic armbar? It had a name to it. Is there some special?
It's the one where they're on the stomach, isn't it? Right?
Yeah. You understand? I mean, you kind of when you got them in, you have a lock on their arm. You kind of pull it up when you're like laying on. They're on their stomach, and you have it you turn your back is on them, and you got the arm like under your armpit, and you pull it up a little bit.
Okay, so you're basically down on the mat.
No, he's stood. He's like over Sterling.
Oh,
yeah, I'm over him like that.
And like he's face down on the mat as he's kind of cranking back on his arm.
Okay.
Cranking back.
Well, just as it looks like Sterling's going to tap, then I'm going to dive through the ropes and basically just clothesline him.
Right. So take off one momentum. Which is so basically the camera's focused on Sterling. We can't see around it. As just off screen, just into frame, the Freak just appears on screen and clotheslines the shit out of Onyx Adams to break it up as the crowd boo. The referee gets in your face, Freak, and yells at you to get back into your corner and starts counting to 5.
Going to be as slow getting out of the ring as I possibly can to try to give Sterling time to take control. But right before it'll get me in trouble, I'll get out.
What I was gonna say is Freak literally drags Throne Oliver to the corner as he's backing off, and then gets out of the ring, reaches over the ropes, and just tags my back or something.
If that's what you want.
Yeah, like...
Okay, so as the referee's trying to get me out, I'll be like, 1 second! Grab Sterling by the... You mentioned he's wearing a t-shirt because of the ouchies underneath. Probably rather callously scraping those ouchies as I grab him by the scruff of the neck and the back of the shirt. Drag him.
Sterling's out screaming in very real pain, I would imagine. Oh, God! Get off the birds!
Damn it!
And then, I'll climb outside, lean over, and try to tag myself in.
Okay, you tag yourself in, you come in. As Onyx rises at the other side of the ring, you are in control, Freak.
Oh, really? Well, okay, with all that hijinks, I thought for sure...
Well, you used the momentum to stay controlled.
Oh, I guess I did, didn't I, mechanically? Okay. So, let's see. Clotheslined him out of the move. Dragged Sterling out. Okay.
I will say, given the aim of the match, I would suggest that Sentai takes the pin and not Adams, but,
Yeah, kind of what I was thinking. I mean, going to...
What if Adams tags out at this point? Because he's just had a 300-pound man land on his head.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Or couldn't technically Freak just drag Adams over and just force him to tag?
No, I'm going to get to that, but I'm basically going to grab Adams, set him up in the ropes, and on occasion you see Cactus Jack do a cactus clothesline, or instead of both of them going off, he basically lands on the apron and rolls back in. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to send
Onyx
Adams out of the ring and try to basically stay on the apron.
Okay, roll me a body for that one then.
6, 7 total.
Okay, you successfully
just enough.
You successfully pull that off. Onyx lands on the outside as you roll back into the ring as the referee starts to count. Are you doing anything to interrupt the count?
Yeah, I didn't think this through as well as I thought I did.
I mean, we could win by count out. That protects Onyx.
That would work, yeah.
You did only hit him with a clothesline.
You say like Onyx hit his face on the apron or something.
Yeah, but
while he went out.
You did only hit him with a clothesline. You'll have to hit him with something a bit stronger than that for a count out, I would say. But
yeah.
Pile dropper on the ring.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, do something heinous to him outside the ring.
I hate doing that to a new player, but hell with it. Okay, I will definitely pay you back.
We're protecting him by not pinning him.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. So No, I'm already on the apron. I clotheslined him down. Hell, I'll go for a cactus-style elbow. I may as well do it.
Yeah, okay.
The whole hog.
Yeah, okay. Go for it. That is absolutely a body.
This is And low key, this is the move that put my face through an electrical monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Let's see. 4 and 4, that's 8 plus body, so 9 total.
That is a success. Yeah, you hit the ring apron elbows drop off the apron down on Onyx. The referee has restarted the count and has got to 4 by the time you stand up.
Okay. I will get in the ring, basically breaking the count. And
well, no, you don't break the count for you. You break the count for yourself.
Well, I know. Breaking the count for me. I'm not going to get counted out, but he is. Going to basically just start stalking around the ring, cackling.
Yeah. As you do this, his tag partner, Sentai Ranger, is going to attempt this time to actually pull it off. He's going to try and do a springboard clothesline, like a kind of like phenomenal forearm style into you.
Okay.
I'm going to try and do this. Oh my god! Sentai Ranger sucks.
He botched it again.
He botched it again.
What was the roll?
He goes into 5. Well, body is +1, so it would be a 6, but that's still a botch. But he goes to springboard off the apron and just basically face plants the floor. Face plants the mat in front of you. And then sort of just gets up, shakes his head, and then just leaves the ring.
This I'm out.
And as the referee gets 9, 10, and rings the bell.
Ding, 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 ding.
Here are your winners of the Tag Team Gauntlet, Lord Oliver Sterling and the Freak. As on the outside, Onyx Adams is rising up as you realise that you have been counted out. Is there anything you want to do before exiting?
I'm gonna grab the microphone real quick.
Okay. Sterling had it earlier. It's just on the outside. Yep.
He's breathing heavy. He's like, "I'll be back, but not with a tag team partner with this nonsense. By myself. I still have a lot to offer." And he puts it down, throws it down in disgust.
Sterling can audibly be heard. And I'll be waiting for you, lad.
Oh, no.
Okay. As you walk up the ramp, the music hits. Of Rough Remedy. And their opponents in this championship match, they are the team of the Bruiser and Gentleman Jack, Rough Remedy.
So I will say that as Onyx, I will say this too. As Jack and I are walking down, I'm sure that Onyx he'll just be walking right past us as we walk by. Before he goes back, I'm just gonna quickly just do like a handshake, pat him on the back, be like, "Come talk to me after." Come talk to me after.
Onyx, are you accepting the handshake?
I don't really know him, so I just give him a look and a head nod.
Do you put your hand out to his handshake, or do you not?
I go for a fist bump more than a handshake. Like I said, I don't know.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay, sure. And then sort of give him a nod, like, okay, you weird bloody medical intern or whatever the hell you are. Just walk past him as Rough Remedy come down the ramp and into the. What do you guys want to do for your entrance, if anything?
So, Jack, he's coming out. Oh, what type of? I'm literally gonna roll him out.
Are we still getting the match that Jack wanted, or are we doing a regular match?
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. All right, so how Jack's coming out dressed? like we know, patchwork pants are the staple for him. But when it comes to title matches, he does have a special pair he wears, and all the patchwork is in the trans pride flag.
Okay.
He of course has his jacket on too, but he's also, and it can be somewhat seen because it will be a blacklight match. He has actual paint painted on his face. And it's, for context for everybody, when in Naruto, when Tsunade activates the little diamond on her forehead to regenerate, that's essentially what he has painted on his face is the line work.
Yeah.
Just so that way it just lights up under
So
there.
You've got like the Bray Wyatt to that Royal Rumble match / Jeff Hardy paint on that like glows in the UV lights.
Yeah, and it's also going, and you can see it's going down towards his entire body too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because this is his swamp match. He goes out for it. And Nova, because as I said in this venue, she's going to refuse to get in drag. She's wearing jeans and a t-shirt at this point because she don't fucking trust anybody after last week.
She literally just looks like your mum, like just dressed as a soccer mum, just not giving a shit. Yeah.
No, she's wearing like of course skinny jeans, but she's coming out in a Slipknot shirt.
Okay, yeah.
Because Nova is a metalhead and she'll fucking wear a Slipknot shirt out.
Mm-hmm.
But she does have a kendo stick in her own hands to defend herself.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. She's learned. Yeah.
She don't fucking trust the freak. But but I would say, but you can also both Freak and Sterling can see. There is a level of seriousness to Jack because remember how Jack stared down Freak like an alligator. Mm-hmm. That same vibe is occurring still towards the Freak.
Yeah. Now, I will make sure it's known, obviously. Jack, you were on one injury. You recovered from that concussion, but you've still got the lingering effects. Just kind of like, in the same way as like if you had multiple concussions, it stacks up. So you've got one injury. Sterling, you are on 2. You are burnt up and wrapped up.
How do I have an injury?
No, you're not injured. Mm-hmm. But you get the one marker from when you had it before. Because if you get 3, right, you're out.
But because he didn't wrestle the following week, that
recovers it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's how that works. You'd have no injuries.
That's what I was confused. I was like, wait, he didn't wrestle to recover.
Yes, you're right. So Jack has completely recovered from his injury. Sterling, however, is on 2 out of 3 going into this no disqualification match.
Be right back. I need to check something.
Okay. The following contest is a swamp match. And it's a no disqualification tornado tag team match for the vacant RCW World Tag Team Championships.
At that point, Sterling can audibly be heard to say, because he's just fucking bellowing at this point, and you can hear what's going on in the ring. Fuck's sake, what's wrong with wrestling?
Another hardcore match.
Hardcore match, damn it.
You keep putting me in this fucking bullshit. You know, like he at this point, Sterling pretty much has heat with you.
Yeah, I would say so.
I can barely move. And you're like, yeah, go and do some ridiculous bullshit with Lego and thumbtacks and dildos or something.
Now,
you know,
it would have been written on the board.
Dildos.
It would have been written on the board backstage that this was a swamp match. However, you didn't know what a swamp match was, so you are now only hearing that you are once again booked in a hardcore match, basically.
That and Freak probably used his thumb to hide that part of the thing before he signed it.
Otherwise, Sterling would have left.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, otherwise Sterling would have left. Like, he would have been like, no, I'm not doing this tag team thing. Yeah.
As you're showing desperation, Sterling, Freak is definitely going to be clapping you on the back like, come on, man, we got this! Completely oblivious.
Oh, claps you on the back. He claps you on your burnt back, Sterling, when he does that.
Sterling jumps up. Motherfucker! motherfucker! Yeah.
And as you yell, motherfucker,
I will say,
the bell rings. This is tornado rules. So I'm gonna roll 1 to 3.
So
rough remedy. 4 to 6 will be the opposing team.
okay.
Oh, my God, I always roll low on that. Right, rough remedy. Who do you? Now it's a tornado match. So I guess
Which one of you hates Freak the most?
I think it's a toss-up between me and Jack, I think.
So between Jack and Bradley.
Because I have
roll
more,
again.
I have more beef. I have more beef with Jack. So
1, 2,
if
3,
it was
4,
my
5,
call,
6.
I'm going after the little gear fella.
Okay, so 5 it is indeed Jack. So Jack, you are in control as you see Sterling go motherfucker and come charging at you in the ring. What do you want to do?
Okay, so the lights at this point are now on black light mode.
Yeah.
Of course, Jack is lit up like a fucking pride flag.
There are weapons outside the ring and in the corners that have been painted with like the fluorescent lights. They like light up green in the light.
Yeah. Is there a light tube nearby?
There's one in one of the corners. Yeah.
Oh, you know he's gonna go for the classic light tube and just swing it at Sterling's face.
Sterling's running at you. You back up to the corner, pick up the black light, fluorescent green light tube that is glowing in the black light, and basically it looks like a lightsaber is hooked at Sterling's face. Roll real, which I think for you is luck because of your
Because for viewers at home and for JJ to understand, I have a skill set, and whenever Carl goes, it's a real, I get to roll with my looks feature as well instead. Yeah, because we have it in cheat backyard shit. I rolled 2 6s, and that makes it 14.
Sterling, you're running a Jack as this glowing green light tube comes at you and smashes perfectly off your head, shattering everywhere. You go down. The light bulb is just you are out as the light tube explodes, and you realise from the stabbing pain that a bit of it is embedded in your forehead as you are bleeding.
Oh,
Payback! Payback for the Battle Royale Session 0 when Jack took it to his head.
And Jack, you're going to gain a momentum for that. So I believe you're on 3 now.
I almost want him to quick cover me, but
well, Freak is still up. It's a tornado match. So on the other side of the ring, Freak and Bruiser are facing off. So what are you doing as this spot happens?
Well, I came into this match held together with sellotape and hopes and a prayer. So fucking dying, I think.
No, I mean I was going to say across the ring, Bruiser. What are you doing? You're in control of Freak.
Oh. All right, so I will say this is now a blackout match. As you can see, I've cut the lights off in my room now, and Kim has done the same thing. My attire is a little bit different. Normally, it's the blue button-up shirt and regular cargo pants. Mm-hmm. This time, it's black cargo pants, a black button-up shirt, and a black tie to fill the whole blackout thing. So basically, he made a point to come into the ring holding the steering wheel from the ambulance. He's going to make a point to use the thing.
Oh, yeah.
So basically what he's going to try to do is wedge the Freak's head in between the steering wheel, basically.
So the guy who trashed your ambulance, you are putting the steering wheel on his head. Okay. Roll real.
Okay. I got a 10 on that. Double 5.
Oh, hell yeah.
So you're cranking it once it's on his head?
Once it's on his head, I'm pretty much going to, kick him on the back of his leg to get him down on his ass. Mm-hmm. And then, push down on his stomach and, turn the wheel like I'm actually, driving him, basically. much like cranking it hard, like, this is for Betsy, you son of a bitch.
Okay, you're dragging him around the ring with a steering wheel on his head.
Yep.
As back on the other side, as this is happening, back on the other side of the ring, Jack Sterling is down, and you can see a bit of shrapnel from your light tube in his forehead.
So, Jack's grinning like a motherfucker. Like, you would think if you tuned into this episode, watching him standing over Sterling, he's the fucking heel. That's the energy he is giving, because this is a swamp match. Dangerous things happen in the swamp. He is the danger. So he's gonna grab Sterling and like pull him up to throw him into the ring, the corner post, and he's gonna start throwing a couple chops to the chest.
Are you in any way aiding him by taking the glass out of his head?
Yes.
Okay.
100%. He's gonna try to get that done secretly, like one hand by the head, one hand on the shirt to like kind of hoist him up and put him up to the corner, so that way his one hand can get the shrapnel out of his head. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So as you push him into the corner, you take the shrapnel out, and blood starts pouring down his face as you throw in these chops. You successfully pull off these chops.
And then what he'll do is essentially kind of do a standing shining wizard, because that's also a signature at this point for Jack.
Yeah, well, you've got 3 momentum. You can absolutely do it. Roll me a body.
Fucking Sterling's gonna be dead by the end of this one.
I hate doing math. I'm terrible at math.
Take it easy. Take it easy. If Carl decides to get one more check, I'm not here next week.
Well, guess what? You're lucky. I rolled a 6.
Okay, you go for the shining.
I botched it. Yeah, no, because I'm like, a 7. Oh wait, I have -1 body.
You go for a shining wizard. What happens is, as you're going towards him, you're like, "Oh shit! I'm going to kick him right in the forehead where I'm busting him." I'm not that much of a
realization.
And then you sort of second guess yourself, and as you do, Sterling gets out of the way, and you sort of kick the top rope and fall back. Sterling, you're in control now. Blood is pouring down your face. What do you want to do with Jack now that he is vulnerable?
Have I still got glass in me head?
No, Jack pulled it out.
No, I took it out.
You're bleeding from that cut now.
So he's on. Is he on the floor?
He sort of bounced off the corner. He's on his back on the canvas. Yeah.
I'm gonna go for the mount and start laying in punches.
Mounted punches.
Basically, so I can get a second to talk to him while we're doing it.
Okay.
So as I'm throwing punches, I'm also calling spots. Because I need to call spots because what are you saying? And what are you saying to him? I'm held together with bloody sellotape, lad. Take it easy.
Yeah,
trying to tell him just to take it easy a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. I
wasn't sure. Ding, ding.
I wasn't.
Light tube.
I wasn't sure if sellotape would translate. Actually, that's a good point.
I know what sellotape is. I know that from Chicago.
I'm held together with sellotape, lad. Take it easy. I know you're winning this.
Yeah.
Knock me down, and I'll stay down.
Right, as you're laying these punches and saying this, across the ring, the momentum has switched. Freak, you are in control. What do you want to do? Freak, you're
we can't hear you.
My apologies. Freak is staggering slightly, wearing the steering wheel around his neck like Terry Funk in a toilet seat. Mm-hmm. But after a moment of selling to the crowd, he's going to turn around and just try to outright blast Bruiser in the face with a punch.
Okay, you can do that. But unless it's a particular...
You don't need to roll.
You don't need to roll for a punch.
Oh, okay.
Unless it's like a finisher or something.
No, God, no. Just just I'm trying to sell the confusion, like what the heck, and then boom, John Wayne punch.
You're driving me insane.
Okay,
pretty much, yes.
So
you're dragging me insane, son.
Punch, and then send you to shove you into a corner, and start laying some boots into you, and then Irish whip you to the other side. Follow that up with a clothesline.
Okay, that one roller body for that.
That would not be a success, but if I may, I would like to flavor it a particular way.
You do have full momentum you could spend to make it a success.
3 by my count.
Okay, 3. Sorry, Karen.
No, that's okay. I could be wrong. I suck at math. But I would still like to take advantage of the story we're telling and play with this botch. Mm-hmm. I would essentially like to follow him with the clothesline and have the clothesline look pretty good, but in freak stupidity with this steering wheel around his neck, I'm going to basically have him recoil from the otherwise successful-looking clothesline, staggering and gagging as if he basically
his own self.
Yeah, basically throated himself with the steering wheel.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go down. Bruiser, are you going to do anything?
At this point, he's just gonna. He's like, you know what? That was all fun and games, but now it's time to get serious. He's gonna force the steering wheel off his head and just basically just start smacking him in the back of the head with it, basically.
Okay, roll real.
Yeah.
Bust me open, please.
Flashbacks to the hardcore match the 4 of us had, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which hardcore match?
Everyone.
No, the one that we had in episode 3 that got us the first tag match against 911.
Oh yeah, the ambulance match.
I got a 9 on that one.
Okay. Is that with the modifier, or what's your modifier on real?
0.
Okay. Yep. So it's just a success. You clobber him.
So I'm basically aiming for like the back of his head, the upper part of his back. He's pretty much not like trying to really kill him, but I'm making it look like that I'm still pissed off at him.
Yeah, you're just hitting with the way. Yeah. Across the ring, then Jack, you are now in control as you're getting this information as Sterling is on top of you, hammering down into you, and has relayed this information. Jack, what do you want to do?
Because Jacka has to make a show of this regardless. Because it's one of those, he's gonna respect Sterling, but the thing is, he can't take Sterling out, just leave Sterling there. It's not a match at that point.
So, Sterling must have thrown me out the ring. You don't have to.
I know, it's more, how can I do this flashy in this match?
I know what you're considering, and I'd say go for it. He has mounted you.
Just do it.
See, I wasn't considering that, and now you are making me consider that.
In my head, Jack just leans up and pecks him on the mouth.
Oh no, it wouldn't be a peck. It would look like he is making out with Sterling.
Man.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. Alright.
Freaking Rico moment.
So, now this is an Effie moment. This is not a Rico, this is an Effie moment. He's gonna get up. He's gonna grab Sterling by the face. Go in with a full kiss. Not a peck. It's gonna be a full kiss. And while kissing him, he is gonna buck him over to roll him over. So essentially, Sterling's ass is out, with Jack being able to slide out. he's gonna smack Sterling's ass before grabbing him and throwing him out of the ring.
Yeah, Sterling, you are caught off guard.
How does that work in a singlet?
Well,
I smack your ass and grab the singlet and go.
Yeah, and also you're wearing a t-shirt.
Okay.
Because you're burnt, as we've said a couple of times. Yeah, you are essentially sexually assaulted as Jack leans up his head and kisses you, and you're so taken off guard. He is able to get out underneath your legs, slaps you, and then tosses you out the ring. Sterling takes a peel outside the ring. Jack, you turn around as Bruiser has just taken down the Freak with a steering wheel.
So, Jack's gonna suicide dive out of the ring into the Freak.
Into Freak's in the ring. Sterling's outside the ring.
Oh, okay. So Freak's in the ring with me.
Yeah, you two are in the ring, stood. Freak is down on the mat, having been taken down by Bradley.
Yep. Now you two got me 2-on-1.
Kinky, my kind. I did not see what that rolled. I'm rolling decision dice. All right.
For those of you at home, unique minds think alike.
So Jack's gonna grab another weapon and
AKA light tube.
No, it's not gonna be repetitive light tubes, even though that's his signature. He's gonna grab a kendo stick, actually.
Okay, glowing
kendo
stick. You get a glowing kendo stick from one of the other corners?
Yep. Because you can't do light tubes all the time, even though light tubes are great. Like, I'm sorry, I like light tubes getting shattered in rings. They're fun. Especially with the dust. He's gonna grab a kendo stick and essentially whack... Do I want to whack on the head or the I love how I leave a lot of my decision to dice rolls because I am indecisive. He's gonna whack him a couple times in the chest before he does one on the center of the head. Okay, kind of like how he did with Sterling.
Yeah,
with the light tube.
Okay, roll me a reel then.
Look! What did I roll? 6, 2. Okay, that's not bad. That is 8, 9, 10.
Yeah. You successfully hit him a couple times, and then it shatters as the Freak goes down. As you are getting memories of how this man cost you the tag team titles the first time.
Oh, yeah. Even though Jack's part of the reason why, without remembering it. So then, let's see, Freak's on the ground.
Now, I will say, if you, again, Sterling and Freak, you can spend a momentum to take control at any point if you wish.
I was tempted, but I didn't feel the right time.
Well, I was actually going to say I'm going to give control over to the Freak.
Okay. Freak, you've just been taken down by this kendo stick. It's shattered on you as you're on the ground. Your partner is beeled outside the ring, and you are in a 2-on-1 situation.
Okay. As I'm laying on the ground, holding my head, Sterling! Not quite yelling for help yet, just yelling a name. And then stagger
He ain't gonna help you, motherfucker!
Ain't no help coming for you there, boy.
Do you know, basically like yelling for his help?
Stagger back up and try to grab Jack in a mandible claw.
Okay. So, I'm going to have you roll a work for the mandible claw.
Eight. Work would be -1, so 7.
Okay, you successfully... no, grab him. Meanwhile, on the outside, Sterling, you hear your name being called from the ring. As you stand up, what do you want to do?
Well, I hear him shouting my name. I'm still sort of down because Jack's absolutely rung me bell. I'm knackered physically as well as mentally.
You're burnt, you're bleeding.
I'm burnt, I'm bleeding. I was supposed to have retired earlier, but I got stopped. So I'm like sort of... I'm tired of this, essentially, you know. So I'm going to reach over to the discarded cane, but I'm not doing the whole business with the cane. The cameraman's caught on. I'm dismantling the cane.
I was gonna say, if you pull out a fucking blade,
I'm dismantling the cane, and I mean, I wasn't going to, but I like the idea that it's a fencing foil. So fuck it, it's going to be a fencing foil.
Oh,
well
God.
damn it.
Well,
We're actually going to be taken off the air.
Damn it, Sterling.
It was just gonna be a heavy piece of metal, but now it's a fencing foil, Kim.
Oh, God.
Damn it, Kim.
Do not let the show
You're
go
trying
off
to
the
get
air.
us killed.
This show cannot go off the air with a stabbing. Don't.
So
The man with the habit of killing his opponent has just pulled out a lethal weapon.
Well, not necessarily. It's a fencing foil. Those things are blunt all the way down the side.
Okay.
There's a reason why it's a fencing foil and not a saber.
Got it. Cool.
It's a fencing foil. Sterling sort of sighs as if like, I hate when I have to do this. And he sort of he looks into the camera. He looks into the camera because the cameraman's come over to him, and he goes, I hate when I have to do this. You know, I like wrestling. And then he and holding this fencing foil, he stalks his way across. Are they in the ring or outside the ring?
In the ring.
In the ring.
In the ring.
So
Freak has got a mandible claw on Jack currently.
yeah. So I
Bruiser presumably is coming in to try and break it up.
I slide
Yes.
in. I slide into the ring, and somewhere I've found a second fence. I've got a second fence for. So I pulled one out of the cane, but there's another one
Under the ring, you pull out a second fencing sword. Sure.
Yeah. I get into the. I slide in. I slide into the ring, and I literally throw one across to Bruiser and say, "Leave them, fight me." And so yeah, I'm having a duel with Bruiser.
Are you okay? Are you conceding control for this duel?
Well, I don't know. I suppose I'm conceding control, hoping he doesn't drop the sword.
Do you want me to roll to see if I catch it?
Okay.
I mean, Carl could do that.
Roll me
The way the dice are, he's going to fumble and stab himself in the foot.
roll me a
only
straight 2d6 roll.
That's an 8.
Okay, you catch it, and if it were permitted, you'd imagine Duel of the Fates is playing as you two start fencing.
You're pretty much like Star Wars.
As a note, would you like it to be?
Sure.
Yes. Do it.
As you two start fencing, as Freak, you have this mandible claw on.
Yeah.
Jack, you're in this hold as you hear this sort of clang of metal.
So can I say Nova is just standing to the side, holding the kendo stick, going, "What the fuck is happening? I thought this was wrestling."
They are fencing, apparently. I guess, Freak, you're still in control.
Well, with Jack and the Mandible Claw, I was basically picturing trying to maneuver myself around so that I'm keeping Jack between me and Bruiser, but then Bruiser peels off in another direction for an epic sword fight.
Yeah.
So
I don't know quite. Yeah, you're meanwhile having a wrestling match and you turn around as a fencing match.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to whisper to Jack, like, let's get out of the way. 2, let's give your manager a shine. And I'm going to throw Jack out of the ring. Follow Jack out of the ring.
And then Nova is going to spend a momentum to come in with a kendo stick and smack it off your
I was going to give her a perfect setup for that.
Go ahead.
I was going to go under the apron to try to play for some weapons.
Okay.
And as I come up with whatever I find, then I was going to hope she'd wallop me.
You go into the ring, you pull out a aluminium trash can, or aluminum, trash can that's been coloured green for the black light. Turn around, bang, and through onto the trash can, back into your head with a kendo stick. As you take a ball, as she starts just hitting you over and over again with this kendo stick.
It's payback for the steel case, you son of a gun.
Essentially.
Yeah, Nova is beating the hell out of Freak on the outside. In the ring, the sword fight is continuing. I guess you're in control, Sterling, if you want to do anything out of this.
Well, we're sort of going back and forth, and I'm sort of going in for parries and trying for stabs, but because it's a fencing foil, the end of the sword is like. How much explaining do I? Yeah. Like.
But basically, bounce off me.
Literally, the end of a fencing.
Yeah, it'll bend.
It's like the tip of your index finger.
Yeah.
So, like, you were like, so. There's less chance of there being a stabbing with these swords than there is with the shit that Jack's got in his bin over there, you know. So, this is essentially Sterling just having fun.
So what's happening?
So we go back and forth as Sterling gets on top, the fans boo, as Bruiser takes control, the fans cheer. We sort of do that sort of back and forth, you know. Yay, boo, yay, boo, yay, boo. Yeah. And then Sterling intentionally makes a mistake and gets the pommel of gets hit in the head with the pommel of Bruiser's sword. So sort of so like I sort of go like then I miss. I purposely pull back, and then you come in and hit me with the back end of the. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Roll me a reel then.
That's a 7.
Okay, you successfully knock him down. You basically have Sterling at your mercy as...
Alright.
It's probably time to go home here.
Yep. So, at this point, he's gonna look over at Jack, be like, Jack, get in here, let's finish this now. So,
Freak's not going anywhere. He's being smacked in the back by your manager.
So basically,
so you two are free to go after Sterling.
Let me say this. We have added a third move to the mud slab finisher. So basically, depending on what Jack rolls, if his isn't that good, then I'll end up doing a third move. So anyway, so basically, flashback to the. You know what? Should we do the? You know what? Okay, let's do it. He's basically gonna get another set of light tubes that Jack had, lay them on the ring, get Sterling up for the brainbuster on said light tubes.
Roll me a definitely a reel for that one.
Let me.
as we were trying not to hurt Sterling like this.
That's what you're rolling for. The lower you roll, the worse you are at protecting him.
So the lower the roll, the more chance he could get injured.
If you botch it, you're injuring him and yourself. You're going onto glass.
Thank God. That was an 8. Thank you, Jesus.
Okay, you successfully do this. Push the crowd, whoa, as you brainbuster him onto the glass, but you do it safely enough that neither of you are hurt. As Jack goes up for the frog splash, presumably.
Yep. Can I consider this backyard shenanigans?
Sure, but it's a flat roll though because it's a finisher.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Do. 8.
Yeah, bang down with a frog splash. So are you going for the cover off that, or are you doing something else?
Oh, no. Basically, what he's going to do is he's going to attempt to lock the sharpshooter on Sterling for the tap out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Work then.
You did not realize, make it clear which one of us is doing the sharpshooter, right?
Either I can do it or you can.
Okay, I can do it. I can sharpshooter it.
Whoever was doing it, roll work.
Yeah.
I have burns on my back.
I know it's real.
Dick.
That's why he knows it's going to work.
Okay.
I mean, you got the most heat with Kim anyway, so...
It's a 7.
Okay, you're locking the sharpshooter. It's not the prettiest sharpshooter I've ever seen. It's probably like the Rock sharpshooter. It's like...
It's not a normal move for Jack.
Yeah.
It is very
Let's
clear.
just say this is one that Bruiser has been training him to do, basically.
Yeah, it's not the best sharpshooter. It's about akin to the Rock's one as you lock it in. But Sterling does indeed eventually, with his burns on his back, having the move applied to his back, having been smashed through light tubes, has no choice but to tap out as the bell rings. Here are your winners and the new RCW World Tag Team Champions, Rough Remedy, as the referee tentatively enters the ring and hands you guys the championship belts.
So Jack lets go of Sterling the second he hears the bell, and you can physically see him standing there like a statue, not processing what just happened. Until the ref puts the belt in his hands.
You will notice they are new designs of the belts because the old belts were taken by the old champions.
Ooh. So once the belt hits Jack's hands, he just drops to his knees and starts crying because he has his first belt in his hands from RCW. Like he is actually crying that he got the belt.
So when Bruiser gets his, he's gonna stare at it to be like, hell yeah. And he's gonna see Jack crying, and he's gonna go down to him, gently put his arm on his shoulder, and the camera can hear him say, "This is what we work for. This is what we freaking work for. Let's get out of here and go home."
Jack's nodding his head, but before they, of course, leave, Nova gets in the ring to, of course, congratulate them as well, because the manager needs to be there for the victory. And she is helping Jack get up and out of the ring as well, because he's going to be crying the entire time.
Can I sort of intercede, and just sort of say, as Jack goes to leave, Sterling's like, "No, stay in the ring. Do your celebration in the ring."
So do you guys, if you want to cooperate,
you guys should have your fucking ticker tape parade bullshit in the ring.
So at that point, the Bruiser's just gonna look at Jack, tap him on the back, and just point at one of the turnbuckles, tell him, "Get up there." Or better yet, hold on, better yet, wait, Jack is light enough. What Bruiser will do, he would just get Jack on top of his shoulders and just let him hold both titles up in the air and just celebrate, basically.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So Sterling, are you rolling out the ring to let them have their moment?
Yeah. Like, but I want to be seen to be giving Jack his moment. I don't much care for Bruiser. He scares me, but I've got skin in the game with Jack, as it were. So
Yeah.
Sterling
It makes sense.
Sterling is. I don't know if you remember that weird 6-man tag match that John Cena, Shawn Michaels, and Hulk Hogan had, where after they won, Cena visibly was seen to be fucking off. Was seen to be giving, was like Jack was trying to leave the ring, I presume, to go to the back, but on instinct. Sterling's instinct is, no, you celebrate in the ring. I'm the loser. I'm the loser. I leave. You have the ring, and that was the lesson that Sterling was trying to. That was the lesson like, you have the ring. That is yours. You won that. You do that.
This is your moment.
I go over here, away from the camera.
As you guys are celebrating, there's no ticker tape. What there is 4 guys with party poppers, setting them off around the outside.
I can see that being with the audience there, that they actually handed out party
poppers and then send them off, and then they're cheering and absolutely going crazy. So on the outside, the camera's panning around. The camera catches Freak. What are you doing at this point?
Nova,
Yep.
but I am going to be.
I apologise. My audio cut out there. So start that sentence again. Sorry.
Freak is basically still mostly on the mat outside, trying to stay not out of sight like he's hiding, but out of sight like he's letting him have their shine. Mm-hmm. But he is slowly, injuredly climbing to the table or whatever so he can grab a microphone. But he's not going to interrupt. He's going to wait until they're long gone before he does what I'm planning on doing.
Got you. So you guys going to do anything else for your celebration?
Pretty much just still hold that position until I let him down.
You get the signal. You get the signal that, like, right, okay, yeah.
Yep, we gotta wrap it up. So pretty much we exit the ring. We just slap some hands of some fans that are nearby, and we just start making our way up the ramp. And when we get to the ramp, we just hold the belts up in the air one final time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would say Nova's actually in the middle of the two of them holding up their hands to show off the belts.
Nice.
Right.
And as you go to the back.
Yep. Once they are out of...
The music dies down. Go, Karen.
Oh, I was just going to say, once they're out of sight, I mean, specifically making a point of not stepping on their toes, but a heartbeat after they're gone. The Freak's now on the microphone is yelling as he stands up. Darling! Maybe I was wrong about you. You came in here tonight thinking that you were broken, you were defeated, that you were a bigger loser than these asshole fans in this dance arena. Slowly staggering his way towards the ramp.
As the crowd are now chanting at you, you suck dick.
Awesome. That's perfect.
You suck. If we're going full ECW one night stand on him.
Mm-hmm.
Sterling, your name was legendary. You, despite what these idiots thought, you were amazing. You were heroic. You just got a raw deal. You had bad luck and the world blamed you for it. Problem is, you've gone native. You've started blaming yourself. Where is Sterling at this point?
Well, I figured I was on the ramp side of the ring. So...
Awesome. So I approach the ramp,
you've walked round the ring,
right towards you.
There's no ramp. There's an aisle. There's no ramp, but
Yeah.
Concrete, I'm hoping.
Mm.
Okay, good.
Naturally.
You were right. I should have let you drop those boots. I should have let you retire. I made the mistake of stopping you. And I'm going to fix that mistake. Gonna boot him in the gut and go for a pile driver.
In the condition he's in, I'm just going to let that happen.
Okay.
You, say Sterling's cooperating, you successfully pile drive him on the concrete.
And again, as I've reiterated the joke in the past, part of why the Freak uses the pile driver as a finish is because everybody finds it scary, for one, but Freak, much like me, legitimately has a large enough ass that it's actually pretty safe, surprisingly.
Yeah. So,
the thicker the booty, the safer it is.
In my head, basically, Sterling is making it look like he has just been killed, but in fact he was very
my
safe.
intent is to show reckless disregard for his safety while actually being quite gentle with his safety. And if you don't want me to even bother rolling, that's fine. But dropping him up, making it look like I'm dropping him head first on the concrete, throwing the microphone down on top of him, because that ain't gonna hurt. And I'm going to stalk to the back myself, doing my best to get him a face reaction when he kicks my ass next week.
And with that, the logo comes up, and the show fades to black.
Can I be seen to be stretched out? As I don't know. Can I have a post-show thing that takes place sometime after, that is recorded sometime after the show? Or do you want to leave that for next week?
Well, we'll leave it for next week. You get stretched out, and that is what we've played down on.
Yeah, I'm seeing that stretch it out. Yeah.
Right. Thank you, OJ, for sticking with us through that. That was a long way that you went to London, but thank you for sticking with us. Good stuff.
No problem.
So, everybody, including Onyx, for that being on that show, you're going to get +1 audience. For Jack and Bruiser, +2. Because
I advance again. I'm going to do something to increase my luck. I'm going to say that now.
It goes without saying, Sterling and Freak +1 heat with each other.
Obviously.
And I guess
And here was me thinking that we were going to have a tag team rivalry with those two, but apparently not now.
no.
Listen, we got idea. We could still do things as singles and all that.
The intent there was that was a soft face turn for me.
So you are turning face. So everybody who is a heel get +1 heat with Sterling. So you two will get +1 heat. Anybody who has heat with Sterling, -1. Apart from Freak.
Me who wants to keep the 4 because of the little gay guy.
But he's a face now.
I know.
So, post show, backstage. Just quickly wrap things up here. I am going to take Onyx's side in my office, which is basically a broom closet in this new venue.
Wasn't it a broom closet last time?
It's a smaller broom closet. Like literally, the mop is still in there. There is no chance. Right. Okay. So, I really like what I saw out there, Onyx. You really have a grasp of the crowd. We have got a bad reputation right now as being this underground, sleazy show that endangers its wrestlers. You are the cure for that. So, Onyx, I'm going to put the world title on you.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Obviously, we'll have a match for it. But the plan, eventually, the end game, is we're going to put the belt on you. And we're going to attempt to rebuild this company with you as the more family-friendly, less fire and barbed wire face of the company. What do you think?
Okay. Actually, you see the talent already, so we'll see what he comes up with and what he can do.
See, I can see a connection with the audience. I think it makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Sentai Ranger won't be back again. He sucked. But we'll sort something else out. Yeah. Good stuff. So, you. After that, is there anything else you want to do, Onyx, before the end? Anything that you want to do backstage, sort of out of character?
Oh, he doesn't know.
I know
he
he's
doesn't know
still
about this bit, does he?
Yeah, the backstage stuff is out of kayfabe.
Yeah,
we all break kayfabe at this point.
We drop kayfabe.
Basically, this is another element that I've added where you're playing the wrestler, the real person who plays the wrestling character.
Yeah.
Not you, but you as the person backstage who is the wrestler. Get what I mean?
Yeah.
So like how Gentleman Jack's the persona, but like Jack is called Toby in real life.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So is there any conversations you want to have, or are you good?
I'm good for right now.
Okay.
I was gonna say something, but like you said, out of character to the botch ranger over there, but
He's still backstage. If you want to say something to him,
you can go up to the guy who played that character and go, what the hell were you? What were you supposed to be?
When you go towards him, you're looking for a Japanese guy. You don't find one. There's no Japanese guy in the locker room. It was just a white guy in a costume.
Doing an accent.
Like, are there eye holes in that mask? Can you see what you're doing? Do you know what you're doing?
Look,
like you just
man,
trying to get hurt.
I was given this gimmick. It's the... Yeah, I couldn't see, really, through the mask. That top rope is a bit looser than I thought it would be.
Apparently he needs to take lessons from Knox.
Yeah.
I didn't give Knox long enough to get used to the mask.
You said fuck that shit.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're good, man. I guess you're just excited.
Yeah, no, I'll work on it.
Here was me wanting to try to bring Onyx into like a stable fold, but as like the young guy. But now that you suddenly want to put the world title on him, that completely changes that.
I'm pretty sure Onyx is probably likely older than Jack, so calling him the young guy is not possible. Because Jack's 27.
I'm old as hell for real too. So no.
Well, yeah, but how old is your character?
My character, I would say about maybe like his mid-30s.
Okay.
Yeah, Jack's the baby still.
Yeah.
He's the tiniest, the lightest, and the youngest.
As this conversation is happening, I'd imagine there's a celebration of the locker room. Everybody's sort of toasting the new tag champions.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you guys want to do?
So the first thing that I'm gonna do is find Sterling and pretty much be like, "Hey man, I know you probably think I went overboard on the light tubes, but I still protected you. Are you good?"
I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't know what. I don't know what came over me at the start of the night. Like, I still feel like Travis is the way is because of my sloppy situation, but but you know, I can see there's shit I gotta do. Ears open, ears open. They don't boo me next week.
I got a feeling that after what that mutilated freak over there did at the end, I think you got some people that are going to be supporting you. And listen, I know there's been some beef between you and Jack and myself. After tonight, I'd like to officially wipe the slate clean. At that point, he's just going to offer a hand for a handshake.
Are you good? It's all good. And when it comes to beef and situations like that, when you've been in this game as long as I have, you see when somebody's got something. I saw that the kid's got something about him. I saw that Travis had something about him. Jury's still out on you. You need a bit rough around the edges, to pardon the pun.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something in you. Even if you might need to work on a few things. But if you don't mind, I need to go and speak to Freak.
Hey, you go do you do.
And then
perfect cue. I was actually just going to come looking to you. I just wanted to join the end of the conversation.
Before we get to that,
then.
Jack, is there anything you want to do?
I want them to handle their stuff first.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I don't want to interrupt the scene moment.
So, since you approach me before I get to leave, you take it.
Sounds good. I just wanted to come up and one, offer a handshake, and two, again, much more mellow behind the stage, say, okay, let's put our heads together. What can we do to give you the biggest effing redemption arc the world has ever seen?
I've got a few ideas. You see, I was a babyface before all this shit with Apollo 4 happened. So I know how to do. I know how to kiss. I know how to kiss babies. I know how to kiss babies. You know, I can do it.
Well, at the very least, you got to find some way to get payback on me, like ASAP. Let's think of some way to make it personal. Anybody that can, your mind, the way you burned down that house.
I don't know.
Flip it. Use that mind for good.
I don't know how the Bookerman feel. I don't know how the Bookerman feels, given he probably hates me after some of the shit I've done around here. But he does still have 2 singles titles with nobody holding them. And I just heard him say, I just heard the muscly fellow over there talk about the world title. Well, there's still the one that Korean woman left in the locker room. Wouldn't mind a piece of that myself.
We'll see what we can do.
As we're having this conversation, Jack, what are you doing?
So after Jack at least gathers himself and puts on a hoodie to at least, he actually is gonna go find Onyx.
Okay.
Because where we have it that he's one of the ones who sung his price to get him up here.
Absolutely, yep.
He's gonna go looking for Onyx.
I'm basically just gonna follow behind because I'm gonna let him take the lead on this.
Okay.
When Jack finds him, he just quietly just puts his hand out and just goes, "Welcome to RCW. I'm happy you can make it here with us."
All right, he puts his hand. He reciprocates the handshake, and thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
And congratulations, because we got told too for your future belt around your waist. I remember your matches back in BFW when we were tag teaming. You were always kind of cool. I wish one day me and you can have a match. You were one I kind of wanted to go against, but in the tag division, of course, the paths never cross.
Yeah. Well, you never know what the future might hold, you know. So,
And just let me tell you, and just let me tell you, if you ever need some backup, you can always call on the Rough Remedy. He's just gonna hold out for the fist bump.
Fist bumps him back. Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
And as
Jack, I would say Jack at that point nods his head and just walks away.
And as you guys are celebrating with the new tag titles, on the back of the locker room, there's a TV on, muted, that's showing some footage from a big show in down south of the border in Mexico, where there are new Mexican World Tag Team Champions. 2 7-foot guys going 9-1-1.
Jack's still gonna call them bitches.
Oh.
And with that, we'll bring today's session to a close.